Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
surprise!
Surprise, we're live.
But not really surprise.
No, no.
It's not really a surprise because if you're a member of our family, the Lamar and Angela family, you know that today is
The first of the month.
the first of the month, and we go live every first of the month. And surprise! Surprise, we are live broadcasting to you live on November 1st,
First, which is.
Dia de los Muertos,
So this is the day after the
after Halloween, but the
Halloween.
first day
Day
of
of
the dead
dead.
here in Querétaro, Mexico, or just Mexico in
Period,
general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today is the Dia de los Muertos, and we are live and celebrating with you today. Actually, we are coming to you quickly so that we can just check in with you guys and see how you're doing. How are you feeling today?
I'm doing okay.
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Right.
Yeah. We have guests here in the house.
Yes, we do.
We've been having a lot of fun this past 4 or 5 days.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, with Rick and Halisi.
From Our Black Utopia. If you have not checked out their channel, please do. Again, Our Black Utopia with Rick and Halisi. But we are having a ball, and actually, in a few moments after we finish our live, we're going to head over to some celebrations to enjoy the celebrations of Dia de los Muertos. So, but we wanted to come to you to live again today. We are an African American couple, as you can see, living our best lives
Yes.
in Querétaro, Mexico. About in 2022, we looked around in our lives and just was like, is this what is our life is all about? Get up, go to work, come home, go to bed, staying in that rut. And so we set out to achieve and find out what having life and having life abundantly meant, as in the scripture of John 10:10. I have come that you might have life and have life abundantly. So that's what also makes today kind of special, talking about having life, but also honoring the dead.
Yeah, and they do that here in a very special way, with dinners and meals prepared for the dead. They set a place at their table for people who have gone before them, and they do those things in honor of their past relatives.
Yeah, so a lot of people have a misconception, a lot of Americans have a misconception about the way they celebrate the Day of the Dead. And I must admit, before I learned of it, I maybe had a little bit of a misconception too. Because Dia de los Muertos is very right next to Halloween. So it kind of feels like a celebration of the afterlife or some sort of ghoulish boogeyman type of thing. And that really is not it at all. Plus the sugar skulls, the skulls that you typically see, people with their face painted like skulls, it kind of gives a...
Yeah, and then what was the movie?
Coco.
Yeah, Coco, like our dog, Coco.
Yes, it gives kind of a ghoulish appearance to it, kind of, sort of. But when you learn about what the tradition is, the history of the tradition, you kind of get a different appreciation for it.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. And so that's what we're going to be celebrating today, honoring our loved ones who have gone on. And that's really what the day is about.
Yeah, and yesterday we stopped and picked up your flowers.
Yes, we did. We got some orange marigolds. Now, apparently in their in indigenous Mexican folklore, they would set out they would leave a trail of these orange marigolds on their front doors and front steps to kind of welcome their loved ones to come back to just have communion time with them, just to be their spirits to be in the place, and then also make their favorite foods, the foods that the loved ones used to eat,
Right.
and set those out to just kind of encourage them to come back and just spend a few hours with us again. And really, for some, they might actually be welcoming spirits back and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But in actuality, it really is just a time for you to reflect on those people who have gone on to glory, those persons you've loved and lost, and to remember them, to celebrate them, to honor their lives. And so that's what makes Dia de los Muertos very special.
Yeah, they also celebrate long past pets.
Oh, right, right.
Yes, yes, they also celebrate their dogs, their cats, and that's the first day.
Yes,
That's the
yes,
first day.
yes. The celebration of the pets.
Yes,
And then celebrating those persons who died tragically, and then celebrating those persons who died of an illness, or celebrate. It's really like a series of days to just really remember the lives of those persons who've gone on before you, and to just celebrate them. And I think that's awesome, kind of a wonderful way to remember persons. Who are you remembering today?
well, I always remember my mom and my dad.
Mm-hmm.
That's always, even though my mom has been gone 10 years.
Oh, right. It is
Yeah,
10 years.
yeah, my dad's been gone 5, and it still seems like yesterday.
Yeah.
Still seems like yesterday, and it mm, it doesn't get easier,
No.
but I still remember and wish I had those conversations recorded sometimes in her voice. The only one I have is when she was coming and Lucky saw her come into the door.
Oh,
one
our dog
time.
Lucky used to lose his mind
Mind.
when his mother used to pull up in her car,
You
pull
say,
up
is
in
that
our
grandmama?
driveway,
Is that grandmama?
and he would take off to the door and have a fit until you opened that door and he could love on him some grandmama.
Yes.
Yeah. Who are you celebrating? Put that out in the chat. If you're celebrating someone or you're remembering someone, put that in the chat so we can celebrate with you too and just kind of remember that person.
Right.
This is a day that you really want to set aside. And I think now more than ever, it really is important that we celebrate our ancestors, celebrate the struggle of our ancestors, if you know what I mean,
Yes.
but also to recognize those persons who laid a foundation for us that kind of got us to where we are today.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I couldn't credit my dad or my mom for what we've done. This part of it, leaving the United States. Although I think that my mom probably would have come with us.
You think so?
Yeah. My dad, yeah. But my mom would have jumped in and said, I'm gone.
Your dad, Mr. Bill, would not have wanted to go to the Mexico, much less he didn't want to go to Korea, the way he used to say Korea when he was in the army.
I mean, he did not relish that. He didn't like, especially the boat ride or the being on the ship, because he went over on the ship.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he didn't like that.
Yeah.
So, but no, that's who I think about. How about you?
Yeah. I think my mother, while she would have said Mexico, she probably would have said that. But also she would have been the type to, she always was the type to encourage us to be fearless. To, if we had goals, if we had dreams, go for it.
Right.
Go for it. So even though she would have squawked, and I could hear her squawking, you know, she would have encouraged us if we, especially if we would have told her, you know, this is really what we want to do to make us happy. She would have eventually gotten down with it. My dad would have been down.
Oh yeah, I know your dad would have.
My dad would have been down. He would have been traveling here. He would have come to visit. He would be, you know, he and my stepmother Marcella would have been here in the house having fun with us.
Yeah.
You know, but we've lost both of them.
Yeah.
My mom and my dad as well, 2017 and 2019. So yeah, those are two people I'm definitely thinking about.
Yeah. However, if you have someone that you remembering fondly. just keep a happy thought. Remember that they brought a lot of joy to your life and things like that,
Yeah.
so that you keep their memory alive. The stories, I try to remember the stories of my grandmother, both of my grandmothers. They used to tell stories. My grandmother, my mom's mom, would tell ghost stories, as appropriate as for today. She would tell ghost stories of people in the community that would come back and haunt people, visit people when they didn't do the.
You know what's interesting to me? I didn't mean
No,
to cut you off. What's interesting to me, and I wonder in terms of the connections between African religions, um, African traditions and
traditions.
folklore and all of those types of celebrations, and the connectivity between that and indigenous Native Americans. I wonder the overlap.
You're right.
That would be very curious to see if there are some threads. This is Coco. This is Mama Coco.
It's Mama Coco. She's wearing her nice corduroy dress.
She is. She is wearing her dress today.
Yeah.
So say hi, Coco. Thank you, Coco.
Hi, Coco. Say hi, Coco.
Okay.
Hi, Coco.
We also want to remember, and I'm tying this into Dia de los Muertos only because of what's going on in the United States right now.
Right.
I'm tying it in because there have been so many battles fought and won by our ancestors, by people who gave their blood, sweat, and tears before us
Right.
to really set the tone for or pave a way for us to have a better life. And in this current administration and climate, it really does feel like some of those gains have been lost or are quickly ebbing away.
Yes.
And so I really want to, in this day, on this Dia de los Muertos, kind of reconnect with those persons who fought blood, sweat, and tears to get us to a place of having freedom, those freedom fighters, those persons who really struggled in terms of the civil rights movement and continue to push the envelope forward or push the bar forward. I really want to remember on this day their celebration and their struggle.
Right.
Except Coco doesn't.
No. And it's a time for good trouble.
It's
a time. It's definitely a time.
Necessary good trouble.
Necessary, yes, good trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're, however, for us, it's time. We must remain in a resting position as far as in the United States.
Listen, today, I am thinking of those persons who have lost SNAP benefits.
Yes.
Who are having to make a dollar out of a nickel, not even 15 cents, a dollar out of a nickel, y'all.
Right.
And I'm thinking of, in particular, and drawing strength from my ancestors who knew how to get by on a little. Yes. What's one of the struggle meals you remember having? You remember struggle meals that you?
Sure. Sure. I mean, the Gen X guy talked about, the fried bologna sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
The cinnamon toast in the broiler with butter.
Oh yeah.
My mom would make. She would call it poor man's spaghetti. It didn't have any meat in it.
It was poor man's spaghetti. What was in poor man's spaghetti?
It's just spaghetti sauce with no meat.
Oh wow. It's just the noodles and sauce.
And sauce.
I mean, just tomato sauce?
Poor man's spaghetti.
Wow. Okay.
She would doctor it up, as she was saying, season it, but there were times when, it was kind of, we didn't have the ground beef.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. I remember my parents and my grandparents also being able to take a bag of beans and some cornmeal and making cornbread and beans and that, and maybe if you were lucky,
ham hock.
You had a little bit of some ham hock in there to,
Mhm.
make that, season that up right. Just a little, you got a little piece of meat, a little taste of meat
Yeah.
in your beans or what have you. But it was, hey, it kept you full. And grits, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, a
Yeah.
bowl of grits in the morning before you left out for school with a pat of butter,
Right.
that kept you full all
Yeah.
day. So I'm thinking of my ancestors and those persons who made a way out of no way with hardly anything. And on this day, I am remembering their struggle and remembering their fortitude that it actually took to get them through, and drawing upon their strength. So,
Yeah. So I think that in the United States right now, we are exhibiting strength by not participating right now, restraining ourselves because we fought a lot, and it's an exhausting thing to have to deal with that. So it's a rest time for us.
we have a different perspective on that. I disagree. I think now more than ever, we got to get out there and fight. Now, I'm not saying be violent or
No,
anything like
no.
that, but you're not going to let me, I'm not going to lay down and let you take my rights away without saying something.
Mhm.
Just not. We're not doing that. Are we doing that? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So this is a day that I think that some would think that it's, like you said, morbid, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a remembrance of ancestors, a remembrance of the good things that they brought, things that they instilled in each one of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to carry that on and try to actually expound on that to even do better.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think for some, um, I can see where they would get the misinterpretation, because again, I used to have a, like, I'm not sure, and that just really just came from not knowing.
mhm.
You just look at, well, what are they celebrating? They're celebrating skeletons and all that kind of stuff, and it's really not that morbid or
No.
whatever. But our very first Dia
Mhm.
de los Muertos, when we came to Mexico, and we went down, I believe we were celebrating it in Mexico City. We
Yes, we
decided
did.
to drive down to
To
Mexico City to enjoy the festivities of Dia de los Muertos. Couple things that I took away from that celebration. Number one, some people in some churches go all out.
Yeah.
I mean, all out. They set up elaborate, um, I don't want to call it tombstones, but they set up elaborate displays to their loved ones on their grave site or things like that. They really elaborate, like
Yeah.
pictures and photos and mementos, and they try. And so I thought about what it would mean to me to gather my mother's, her favorite pair of shoes, or my dad's hat,
Mhm.
or her gloves, or her Bible, or whatever those mementos, as well as a big picture of her, and go to her gravesite with her picture and her favorite whatever, and a bowl of, well, my mom, it would have been fish.
Fish.
She would have wanted some fried fish and greens.
Mhm.
And set a plate of fried fish and greens out on her tombstone, and just have a moment to just reflect and remember her. That is a beautiful way to let someone's legacy continue to live on, I think.
Yeah.
And so when we went to Mexico City during our very first Dia de los Muertos in Mexico, I was blown away by that. I was also blown away by some homeless guys peeing in the corner. But I mean,
It wasn't just homeless guys.
yeah,
No, no, it wasn't homeless guys. It's just regular guys out there for whatever reason doing that. So, but the decorations, the way they celebrated their loved ones
Yeah.
was just. I mean, it's in a very loving remembering of their history and telling the stories.
Right.
Storytelling is a big thing during this time.
Yes, and sometimes they would have like tributes written and put on the tombstone or whatever big thing that they constructed to
Right.
celebrate and honor the life of someone. Now, can you imagine doing that every year for somebody that you love? You know what I mean? There's some beauty in this holiday that we could probably take a page or two from. Just making sure that you honor and remember the life, the legacy, the love of somebody that has passed on in a real and physical, tangible way
Mhm.
is kind of like, okay, I feel you. I see you.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of came away that day, that very first, that first year, like, I see you, Mexico. I see you. I see you. I'm with this. I
Yeah.
get this. I
Yeah.
get this. But my favorite,
It's a pastry that she likes.
and they do it at this time of year,
It's pan de muerto.
pan de muerto.
And,
Yes,
and
I
what it
love it.
is a soft bread with a cross symbol baked into it, and they top it with butter and sugar. And it's very, very simple. However, I've seen others dress it up in another
Yeah, I've
different
seen them
ways.
say, I've seen some pan de muerto dressed up with a little chocolate on it, or a little
Or
cream
they slice
cheese.
it
Or,
open, put icing and stuff it and things like that. So, but she likes the regular.
like a little itchy chitchy, you know, but
She likes the original.
I do. I do. I love me some pan de muerto. It's delicious,
Yeah.
delicious bread with coffee or tea. Making my
Yeah.
mouth water.
So, and we had a big one that came from Costco.
Yes.
So, and that's gone. But that was enough because she knows that's not my favorite. It's not terrible. I mean, it's tasty, um, but however, I like the other pastries during this time. I do.
But yeah, I love that. I love that. And that's a traditional dessert that's served at this time. But listen, Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, is they do honor and celebrate this holiday. But let me tell you, Christmas
Oh yeah.
is on. It's been actually it's been on and popping, and I do kind of notice that people's homes kind of stop for the Dia de los Muertos, but the minute it's over, we are off to the races. It is Christmas season.
Yes, it's Christmas. Say hi, Louis.
Hello, Louis.
It's Louis.
Yes, hi, Louis. This is Louis Vuitton. So yes. Oh, hey, Professor Lacey. Hey, and Ray and Sunshine. Hi. Yes, yes. Yeah, our dogs. These dogs. You know, you can't stop them. And look at this. Spoiled. Y'all know who spoiled them?
You did.
Ooh, no.
Yes.
No.
As a matter
But we
of
say
fact,
hi, Louis.
as a matter of fact, Halisi said you're like the Pied Piper. As soon as you move out of the room, all three of them follow.
They do.
Coco, Louie, Candy, right
do.
behind you.
They do. They do.
Wherever you go, they go.
Louis helped with trick or treating. We did have some trick or treaters last night.
Yeah, we did.
And we were able to give away the candy to the little
Yeah.
kids. They were so cute in their outfits. So that's why Louis has on his little kind of Harry Potter-ish shirt on today, because he's still celebrating. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you, thank you. These dogs.
Yeah.
But the best part, I think, about this season is if you are a family person, this is family season.
Yes, it is.
This is family season. And especially in other parts of Mexico and definitely the rest of Latin America, this is the time that you are starting to focus on spending time with your family, spending time with loved ones, all of those kinds of things. So,
because at the beginning of December, stuff starts going click, 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 click.
Oh,
Turn
right.
it off. The businesses, they start winding down. If you have any orders that you need to get put in with some companies or vendors, You better get them done because quick, 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 quick. By the time you get to a week before Christmas, any local companies, family-owned companies,
Yeah, they do feel like it in some areas. It does feel like a ghost town.
yes,
People leave and go head out to the countryside to go spend time with families at their family homes or out in the countryside to go spend time with loved ones or their abuelitas or abuelas and all of those people who mean a lot. And what I thought was really neat about a finca, a farm, and a family kind of farm at that, is all the cousins tend to go, they all come crowding in to stay in the house together. The moms with the uncles and aunts, and they're all in this house. You might have people stacked 12, 15 to a house that they're all together eating and celebrating and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, wow, I remember some days like that.
Yeah.
When my family reunion would happen and we would all converge on my grandparents' farm, all my aunts and uncles, my mom and dad, and all of my cousins. Oh, the ball we used to have. Yeah, we used to have so much fun. So I can imagine some fun is being had.
Yeah, we didn't have the farm experience. We just, as you've seen from pictures, it was stacked high in my parents at 1018 Carrington Avenue, stacked high under the tree with gifts and presents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And right the day, well, it was Friday. That Friday after Thanksgiving, my brother and I would be outside helping my dad hang lights around the perimeter of the house and around and the trees on the side, decorating everything, and decorations going up in the house. And by that, either that weekend or the next weekend, we had a live tree, and the live tree was up until after.
What y'all doing for Thanksgiving? Are you guys doing something, celebrating Thanksgiving? Are you baking, cooking, going someplace? Put in the comments below. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Are y'all doing something? Because what are we doing?
It's just us.
I know.
It's just us.
Are empty nesters this year.
Yeah. So.
And we used to host Thanksgiving at our home. So our house in the States used to be the house where everybody converged on.
Right.
And so this is the first year.
It's just going to be the two of us.
That it's just the two of us.
Now, here in.
Now, wait, are we sure it's going to be two? Is Vanessa coming? I don't know if our oldest and her boyfriend, they live in Mexico City. So I don't know. They might be coming too.
So they do make, have things here for expats or people who are from the United States. Butterball turkeys are here. Hams are here. A lot of the ingredients, baking things are.
But I'm not doing. I don't know if I'm doing a whole. I don't know if I'm making a whole butterball for just the two of us.
No, it would be probably just a small, like a chicken. Turkey.
You want to do a small turkey breast?
Turkey breast, and that's it.
Okay.
Maybe a small ham. Although you like a spiral.
I do. At Thanksgiving, or maybe even Christmas, I want a spiral honey baked ham.
Right.
Because, are you feeling me on this? Listen to me. There is nothing better than getting up the day after Thanksgiving and having leftovers, making yourself a ham sandwich and having a little cornbread dressing. And there's nothing better. Talk about, that's some good eats. Day after Thanksgiving food. Yes. Sure. Potato salad, sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Green beans.
The only thing that's missing here, and we have to try to make it happen next year, is collard greens.
Hungry. Oh.
Is collard greens. They grow everything here green-wise. Mustard, or I don't know, but I know they have kale, spinach.
Yes.
But no collards, and I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense. They grow everything else.
We bought some seeds so that we can plant our own collards and grow some collards. Because, baby, kale is okay.
Yeah.
But when you want greens, some greens, especially if you're trying to eat some greens with some fried fish, it's just kale is just.
My mother would mix kale with collards sometimes.
Yeah, okay. I would mix kale with the collards, but just plain old kale is
So we'll have maybe a small thing of macaroni and cheese,
okay.
ham, a small little bit of turkey,
It's just the two of
dressing.
us, so it's
It's
going
be
to be very
small.
interesting.
Be small.
Very
We don't
interesting.
need a whole lot.
Yes.
No.
So this will be our very first Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving,
just the two of us.
and after that, Christmas.
Oh wow, Christmas! I can't even get to Christmas. I can't even get to Christmas,
Mhm.
and I'm not buying Jack. I'm not buying Jack. If you have heard the protests and have heard the blackout that we're planning for Black Friday and whatnot,
I'm not buying a thing.
not buying
The
a
only thing I
thing.
would buy from
We shutting it down.
a small minority-owned
Okay, I
business.
might support Black-owned businesses
Right.
in that way.
Mhm.
I may do that if there was something that I needed to get. But big box stores, we're not doing it. We are keeping true.
Mhm.
We're not doing it. We're shutting it down because this is absolutely ridiculous. But I digress.
Yeah, but they need to feel that pain.
Who's there?
Large corporations, they need to feel that pain because, especially our community, spends billions,
Billions with the
billions,
B.
and I do understand why Target is doing what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They're foolish.
Mm-hmm.
They've tripled, quadrupled down on their foolishness. They can keep doing that, but they're going to lose a whole lot.
Listen, I am not
I don't feel bad for
participating in
them.
the consumerism this year.
Yeah.
I am staying away from it, and we are going to just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of people today, starting today, are really going to be catching hell.
Yes.
Some of them voted for the hell, but
They say they didn't. I didn't vote for this. Yes, you did.
I digress.
Yes, yes, you did. You voted for it.
So,
Yeah.
but on today, we are remembering. I'm thinking of my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm remembering my grandmother. I'm remembering my grandmother's biscuits.
Okay.
And her apple pie from scratch. All of it's from scratch. My mother could actually do a mean variation of my grandmother's buttermilk biscuits. She could do a mean one.
I watched my grandmother, my dad's mother, making an apple pie in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She had the ingredients, and it was bup, 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 scoop, bop, 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 roll, 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 put it in the pan, fill it, and there was no recipe, nothing. It was just pinch this, pop that, throw a little bit of this.
I learned how to smell cook from my grandmother, spending time on the farm with her in North Carolina summers. I learned how to smell cook. She never used a recipe of any sort. It was always a pinch of this, taste, a pinch of that, smell,
right.
That type of thing. So I never knew.
That was grandma.
And she used to, my grandma, thank God, my grandmother used to let me stay in the kitchen with her because, they were talking grown folks stuff, and so kids weren't allowed to stay in the room when grown folks were talking grown folks business. So, because I was going to help her out, I got to stay and listen to all the gossip or what have you. But I also got to learn right at her apron how to cook via smell and taste or what have you, because she did not use. And so I learned how to bake. I credit being a good baker from being those summers with my grandmother.
Yeah, both of my grandmothers cooked that way. Both of them did. Going to the Pink House in Kentucky and going to First Street in Clarksburg, West Virginia, and the fires going in the house. And I say fires because they were fires. They didn't have central heat. They had these gas burning stoves in different parts of the house, the living room or the sitting room.
Yeah.
Hallway and upstairs, and it would get hot. And my mother would come in there and go, "Can somebody please turn them fires off? It's burning up in here. It's hot." And she have to start. So I'm gonna have to start taking off clothes and get naked in here. I'm like, "No, turn off the fire." So, yeah. But my grandmother would be in the kitchen. My mother would join her and cook the meal. We would to Clarksburg a few times for Thanksgiving
Mm-hmm.
instead of staying at home.
Oh, right, right.
And
Hoppin' John's. I remember Hoppin' John's,
Mhm.
and with always with some cornbread. I don't recall. Did we have? I don't remember eating too many bread, like sliced bread,
No.
like Wonder Bread type bread at my grandparents' house. She always,
Bake the bread.
if she didn't bake the bread, it was biscuits.
Mm.
It was never like sliced bread. If I was to have a sandwich, it was you sliced a biscuit and put the ham in the biscuit, or you made a peanut butter and jelly on a biscuit, or it was biscuits with honey, with a hot biscuit out the oven with that pat of butter and the honey mixed in with a mm, But I don't remember. We didn't have bread. I just realized that we didn't really have sliced bread at my grandmother's house.
The bread that was at my grandmother, my dad's mother, it was usually something that she baked it in. Because I remember the size differences when she
Slicing the bread herself.
Yeah, herself.
Nice thick slices.
Right.
Or what have you. Yeah, we didn't have that. Or what have you. A molasses sandwich.
Mm.
We used to have on, again, a biscuit. Now that I'm thinking about that, that was a biscuit too. Everything was biscuits in my grandparents' farm, because you took some flour and you made that work. Had cornmeal, you made that work. So I'm praying that some of that tenacity and struggle and just that fortitude exists to pass on to generations that are in the here and now and are having to deal with all these, all this craziness, because I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
It's definitely going to get worse. I told you years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You remember I told you it was a disturbance in the force.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it definitely was, and I could see it when he was
Oh,
coming down the elevator,
well, you saw it.
escalator, and that kind of thing. And I knew something that just didn't feel right at all. It was just not a good thing.
Yes. So the struggle that our ancestors went through on this Dia de los Muertos is what's empowering me to celebrate this day and to remember that they forged a way out of no way, and we will too.
Yes.
And so will you.
Yes.
So enjoy us. Enjoy your day.
Yes.
As we are about to head out and go enjoy some more sights and scenes in Querétaro. We will bring you all of that footage.
Yes.
All of the footage. We have some other footage that we just shot because we just got back from glamping.
Yes.
If you were checking out Rick and Halisi's Our Black Utopia's page, you would have discovered and maybe gotten a little taste of where we were staying, but it was lovely.
Yeah,
it was lovely.
Yes,
we had a ball and a blast, and we're about to have a blast tonight.
It was a little cold though.
Yes, it was a little chilly. That's why I'm wearing my nice heavy sweater.
Yeah, it was
I'm
a little
planning
chilly
to be
tonight.
warm tonight.
Yeah. If I'd have known, I would have brought a hoodie or something.
Oh, would you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you saw the thick sweatpants I had on.
Yeah, it wasn't so much the leg.
Your girl was playing no games.
It would have been a hoodie of some kind. Or
no games were played. No games were played.
Yeah, it was a little chilly at night, but it was a nice trip. It was relaxing, quiet,
beautiful, on the water at Zumipao Dam. Yeah, Zumipao Dam. Yeah, which is right on the border of Querétaro and Hidalgo State. So they have a dam and we were able to stay at some cabins that was overlooking the water, and it was so peaceful and just really nice time.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that video. And our home series, the second set of our House Hunter series starts. So finally.
Yes. Yes. So we'll get started. You'll start seeing those here in the next few.
Yeah.
About a week.
Yeah, next week.
Next week.
So we don't like to hold you for a long time, but we do like to hold you for a good time. And
yes.
So we're going to head on out. This was a quick live.
Right.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for checking us out.
Okay.
Oh, my phone is ringing. That's telling me it's time for us to go.
Yes. All right.
We'll see you guys.
Okay. Take
Bye.
care.